Adolf Hitler. I am the Führer of Germany, and I will change Germany forever. Hi, hi, hi!
Hello, Piedmont. I'm Rihanna. And I'm Tony. And we're here on WAC News, reporting on the Third Reich.
Thanks, Rihanna and Tony. I am here live with the Führer of Germany himself, Adolf Hitler. Thanks, Hitler, for making time for this interview. Now, I know that you gained complete power of Germany in 1933. What do you plan to do as the Führer of Germany?
I shall change a lot of things. Germany will not be Germany anymore. The world shall be Germany.
What promises have you made to Germany as the Führer? And what do you plan to do for your people?
Some people shall be gone. Bad people. People that ruin this country and bring shame to it.
And who do you consider bad people?
People that make the world a worse place. People that do not believe in what I believe. Those are bad people.
Führer, I have some have doubts about you being leader. How do you plan to handle this issue?
I will make them love me. They will be on their hands and knees to answer to me. I make the economy better, and I gave them jobs. How could they not love me?
Also, may I hear more about this perfect race plan?
The master race plan, as I like to call it, consists of people with blonde hair and blue eyes. They are the perfect Germans, and I love them. They will be rewarded against the end.
Also, how do you feel about the Versailles Treaty for Peace? Why did you decide to ignore it and take over the Rhinelands?
We get the Rhinelands because nobody stopped us. We will do anything if nobody stops us. That is why my plan will work great. That idiotic treaty, everybody knew we weren't going to follow it anyway.
How do you feel about the League of Nations?
The League of Nations. What are they supposed to do? Stop me? That will never happen.
How do you feel about the other dictators rising?
It makes me feel good.
Excuse me, Hitler, but how can fascism and dictators be a good thing?
Fascism and nationalism is great. And in order to have all of those, you need a great dictator as myself.
Can you tell us more about the Non-Aggression Pact?
The Non-Aggression Pact will work out okay. I do not want war. I just want what me and my people want.
What do you think that Hitler's done in politics?
Well, actually, Jalen's doing a live report on Hitler's rise to power as he becomes Chancellor of Germany.
Well, let's take a look on what happened next.
Hello, Mr. Goebbels. Welcome to WHC News. It's nice to have you here with us.
Thanks for inviting me.
Now on to the questions. 1933 was a big year for Nazism. What events happened during this year?
In April 1933, I ordered a boycott over Jewish businesses, at Hitler's command, of course. The month after, in May 1933, I organized the burning of the books at Berlin's Opera House. Both events specifically targeted Jews.
So you targeted Jewish people? Why would you do such a thing to innocent people? Those are very prejudiced actions.
What do you mean? We needed to create a perfect race. I have to follow Hitler's orders as one of his closest friends. I want to help him in any way that I can. I am also a strong supporter of Nazism, and I believe that this was the only thing that could be done to create the perfect race needed.
Heil Hitler!
Today's Nuremberg rally was canceled. The 11th Party Congress, intended to be the Rally for Peace, was canceled due to Germany starting its Poland offensive one day early. The previous rallies have been terrifying demonstrations of Germany's power. The 10th Party Congress, the Rally for Greater Germany, celebrated the annexation of Austria. The 9th Party Congress, the Rally of Labor, celebrated the reduction of unemployment in Germany. The 8th Party Congress, the Rally of Honor, celebrated the remilitarization of the Rhineland. The 7th Party Congress, the Rally of Freedom, celebrated the breaking free from the Treaty of Versailles. It reintroduced the idea of compulsory military service. The 6th Party Congress originally had no name, but it was later dubbed the Rally of Unity and Strength, the Rally of Power, and the Rally of the Will. The propaganda film The Triumph of the Will was made at the 6th Party Congress. But what really set the 6th Party Congress apart was Albert Speer's Cathedral of Light. 132 beams of light soared into the sky, mimicking the walls of a cathedral. The Fifth Party Congress, the Rally of Victory, was where Hitler announced that all future rallies would be held in Nuremberg. The Fourth Party Congress, the Day of Composure, was the site of yet another propaganda film, as was the Third Party Congress, the Day of Awakening. The Second Party Congress was where the refounding of Congress happened. Before this was the German Day Rally, which followed the First Party Congress in Munich. Let's be glad that this Nuremberg rally was canceled.
January 30th, 1933, 85-year-old President Paul von Hindenburg names Adolf Hitler Chancellor of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or Nazi Party. Although in the beginning Hindenburg was completely against Hitler. Why? Just because he was intimidated by Hitler's growing popularity and the thuggish nature of his supporters, the Brown Shirts. Instead, he appointed General Kurt von Schleicher, who attempted to steal Hitler's thunder by negotiating with a dissident Nazi faction led by Gregor Strasser. When the next round of elections came around, communists gained in the areas that Nazis lost. This made right-wing forces in Germany be more determined to get Hitler into power. The ex-chancellor Franz von Papen, backed by prominent German businessmen and the conservative German National People's Party, convinced Hindenburg to appoint Hitler. They thought that they could moderate Hitler's extremism, although they were very, very wrong. They did not know that Hitler being in power could lead to Nazism and fascism ruling Germany. Hitler's announced plans were embraced by the German people. He said that he would get rid of politics in Germany and go to a unified one-party state. Hitler had to share his power with President Hindenburg, though. This was the only thing stopping Hitler from having total control. When Hitler was elected, huge crowds greeted the columns of Hitler's stormtroopers. President von Hindenburg and Hitler came to the windows of the Chancellery to receive the salutes of the cheering crowd below. Who could imagine a guy with a background similar to Hitler's becoming the leader of millions? Hitler was rejected from an art school in Vienna before even moving to Germany. When he first moved to Germany, though, he fought in World War I. It was after the war when he became involved with the German Workers' Party, which he helped transform into the National German Workers' Party, which he helped transform into the National Socialist Workers' Party, and then finally the Nazi Party. On April 1st, 1924, Adolf Hitler was sent to Landsberg jail with a sentence of 5 years for leading the Nazis in their unsuccessful beer hall putsch. In prison, Hitler wrote Mein Kampf, a book which some would consider his blueprint for the rise of power. Hitler would not be forever liked by his people. On September 15, 1935, the Nuremberg laws were issued and they excluded Jews from public life. The laws even included a law that stripped German Jews of their citizenship. Over time, more anti-Jewish laws were made. During the night of November 9th through 10th, 1937, Nazis incited a pogrom, which was an organized massacre of a particular ethnic group against Jews in Austria and Germany, in what had been called the Night of Broken Glass. Many things were done by Hitler in order to try to exterminate Jews.
Do you consider yourself one of the most powerful men in Nazi Germany at the moment?
Yes, I'm Heinrich Himmler. I am Hitler's right-hand man, and what else could be any greater than Hitler himself?
Why do you think you are feared so much?
The people can't recognize something good when it's right in front of their eyes. I think some people fear change, but some hide while people fight their fear. It shows their loyalty to this country. People are scared of power because they can figure out what it can do to weaker people.
Why do you think Hitler made you the SS of Germany?
Hitler made me the SS of Germany because he knows he can trust me, and I will do whatever it takes to get the job done. That's why I'm the best man at this job.
Hello, my name is Theodore White, and today I'll be covering the topic of Hitler Youth. Hitler Youth is an organization created by the Nazi Party, lasting from 1933 to 1945. Its motto was Blood and Honor, which represented what Hitler wanted for Nazi Germany. The organization had 8 flags, which represented the different memberships of Hitler Youth. It was comprised of children 14 through 18. The only female organization in the Nazi Germany was the League of German Girls, which was the part females played in Hitler Youth. Many could say it started in 1922, but many of the first Hitler Youth organizations were broken up after the Beer Hall Putsch, which happened in 1923. But why many people think it was 1933 when it started is because a man named Baldur von Skirach put a lot of money and time into Hitler Youth. The organization focused on paramilitary and the support of Nazi Germany. With starting out with only 1,000 and ending with 2 million, Hitler Youth was an immense program. Well, for right now, this is Theodore White signing out.
Shortly after 9:30 a.m., the 45th Thunderbird Division of the 7th Army filmed their arrival at the town of Dachau. By now, these men had seen 511 days of combat. But what they were about to see was beyond description.
The day is over. This, April 29th, 1945. I will celebrate it for the rest of my life as my second birthday. As the day that gifted me life anew.
There were more than 20,000 camps like Dachau throughout the Third Reich. In towns like Ohrdruf, Flossenburg, and Weimar, German men, women, and children had lived and worked, sometimes right next door. Now they were being told they had to go inside. Here, in Dachau, where the majority had voted against Hitler in 1933, the townspeople told the Americans, "Wir sind aber all belogen worden." We have all been lied to.
They are liars, and guilty is sin. The people are to blame for their cowardice.
Across Germany, the Allies forced local Nazi party members to bury the dead. If you were German, you understood that the world held you personally responsible for the crimes of the Third Reich.
They accuse all of us, without exception, of being fully responsible. But we hated the regime from the very beginning.
Hello, I am Lucy Donono and this is WHC News. And today I have the honor of interviewing Mr. Elie Wiesel, a survivor of the Holocaust and a reminder for when things get hard, pull through and you will make it out. So Elie, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, as a child, I grew up in Sayet, Romania, and I practiced Judaism with my family. I had 3 sisters, Hilda, Bee, and Zipporah. When I was around 15, German officials came to live in my village. We had heard of people being taken away, but they showed no signs of hostility. After living with them for quite some time, we received news that the first truck would be arriving the next morning.
Did you have any idea where they were taking you?
Everyone was told that we were being taken to some kind of work camp. Most people believed the story, but there were some people that thought otherwise. As we got closer to the camps, I started to think that we weren't going where we'd been told. None of us could imagine the truth, though.
Can you describe what you felt when you came in, what you heard, or what you smelled?
The first smell was smoke.
Like cigarette smoke, or was it something burning?
It was definitely something burning. What they were burning, we couldn't tell yet.
Thank you for watching this interview, everyone. And this was Lucy with your favorite WHC News.
We have breaking news. The dictator himself has just committed suicide with his wife, Eva Braun.
This tragic event occurred today on April 30th, 1945.
This is the end of the Hitler rule.
Thanks for watching, Piedmont.